Steve, welcome back to the show, man. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Just jumped off my stair stepper, my treadmill to be ready for the greatest. I'm sorry, hold on, I'm out of breath. Okay, I'm good.
Steve, what do you do? You do this stair stepper? That's a killer. That's a killer, the stair stepper.
It's called or low impact. You can't hurt yourself when you're over 50 exercise, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I do? I do what they call the recumbent bike, which you sit down. Talk about old. I do sit down, and the recumbent bike. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
No, it's in a couple of years. You're too young. Yeah. You're too young yet.
Hey, I got a beef with you. Can we do? I'll do the campaign in a second. Two things.
Yeah.
Number one, by the way, you're wrong. I was there for Ashes yesterday. By the way, you got to watch. Sometimes there's a mass, 7:30 in the morning, Immaculate Conception, Montclair. There's a mass. You got to be there for the whole mass.
Oh.
I was there for the mass. You missed it, Joe. The year of what? It's the year of mercy. But the Pope said it's the year of mercy. But I heard it. The fine print said if your business manager's wife screws you and takes your money, the Pope said if you're Joe Piscopo, it's good. Al's right. You got to go after her, even if she has kids. I saw the fine print. The Pope said you're good.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm all about forgiveness. I don't think about it. And it was like she was a step removed and very, very, very sly how she did it. But she had kids, and I think. But the prosecutor said to me, he goes, he was a state prosecutor. He goes, "Hey, you want to send her to jail?" Steve, what am I going to do?
You got a big heart.
I'm a schmuck. You know, but not. But I mean, listen, you get the work getting the money back.
By the way, you going to Los Angeles tomorrow?
I am going tonight. Actually,
you really
today.
Get a call tomorrow to sub. Okay, so I'm going to forgive you.
Listen, by the way, Steve, my buddy, my buddy Steve, I know other shows are calling you. I know you get calls. I hear in the grapevine. I heard some things. I heard things.
And why I couldn't even host if you asked me, which you didn't.
What are you
Ask me where I'm going tomorrow.
Where are you going tomorrow?
West Point.
No, are you going up there?
I was asked to give a speech on lessons in leadership, my new book. I'm speaking to the cadets. I couldn't be more proud to be with the men and women up at West Point in New York.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for doing that. This is great. Where General MacArthur was, Steve. This is huge. You gonna be in that same area?
I'm going to be in West Point. I'm going to be there.
Yeah, unbelievable.
This is speak. Yeah, a good friend of mine, former dean at Seton Hall University at the business schools, now teaching up at West Point. She asked me to come up there to speak about leadership. I'm going to be there. Speaking of leadership, let's segue to the campaign.
What do you think?
Is anything happening in the campaign I hadn't noticed this week?
What do you think? Our guy stepped away. Governor Christie stepped away.
Trump dropped out this week?
Yeah, no, your guy Trump. Oh, if I hear one more time, Steve, what's he done? What's he got against the dollar? I love the dollar.
By the way,
love the whole.
I say first, I said to Frank privately.
Yes.
I'm going to say on the air, Frank,
Al,
especially you, Joe, I was wrong about Mr. Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. That's very, very good that you say that. And you say no because
I teased him after he came in second and crowed about it in Iowa. He destroyed the field in New Hampshire, and I would say, unless an act of God, and there's no one greater, comes down and does something to this field, Donald Trump will, in fact, be the nominee of the Republican Party, and they better get used to it because there's no one in this field, especially young Marco Rubio, who got schooled Saturday night by my friend Chris Christie, even though it didn't help him up in New Hampshire. He looked like the worst high school debater I've ever seen, Marco Rubio. He's not going to stop him. Jeb Bush isn't going to stop him. John Kasich, who I think is terrific, all of a sudden came to life, benefited from the Christie performance. I don't think he does well down in the South. Ted Cruz, I don't know if that personality sustains throughout this campaign. I think Donald Trump's the guy. And boy, that Hillary Clinton, man, she's connecting with women, isn't she?
Hey,
some personality.
And listen to this. I'm reading here. Jeb Bush excited for his brother to start actively campaigning for him in South Carolina. Is he serious? Is he serious? I mean, this guy, and in my opinion, forgive me, I know a lot of people like W, but I'm missing that whole thing, that whole Cheney Bush thing. I'm missing the whole thing. Now Jeb's going to bring W, and that's going to help him. I guess in South Carolina the Bushes are entrenched, but I think it just helped. Yeah, they were. Right.
One thing I think everyone's missing, and I've missed it too, I will admit it, because one of the lessons in leadership is you admit when you're wrong, and I have a lot of practice at admitting how wrong I am in my household. I've been so wrong about this race, and what they're missing is people are not only anti-incumbent, they want to get away from the past in politics, and the past is Clinton, Hillary, and Bill.
Yeah.
And so the thing about Bill being popular is not all that relevant anymore. Yeah, and they want to get past the Bushes, and that includes the wars that we were involved in. And I'm not blaming former President Bush. I'm saying people want to get away from it and forget about it. So the idea that Jeb thinks he can bring in his brother, who was popular in South Carolina at one time, and it's going to stop Donald Trump, he's fighting. Generals used to say you can't fight the previous war with those tools and those weapons. That's what's happening now. They can't stop Trump. That doesn't mean I like Trump or I agree with Trump on a lot of things. He's just captured something, and I'm smart enough to realize when someone's got something. He's got lightning in a bottle, and they can't stop it.
Yeah, it's true. Now, what does Governor Christie do? Can he come back and govern in a proper way? I mean, where does he go? Or, because I keep thinking, we talked about
different questions.
Yeah.
They're two different questions. Can he come back and govern? I'm hoping and praying that Governor Christie decides that what he wants to do and needs to do is come back and deal with serious problems here. And I heard you guys before talking about the fact that we've got a serious pension problem, and it is not going to be solved because you've got hundreds of thousands of public employees who made a deal with the state. And I don't care whether you like government or government employees or not. A contract is a contract in the neighborhood I grew up in, and if you're a public employee and you agree to a certain salary with a pension when you retire, and that pension fund's about to go bust in a few years, the state has to make their contribution, and they haven't. The money's not there. The governor needs to be involved in that negotiation to make sure the state makes that commitment. Without the governor, it doesn't happen. The roads and bridges falling down, Joe Piscopo. You make fun of me for calling for a gas tax, and you say you make fun of the great Vince Lombardi and say get rid of Vince Lombardi and name it the what'd you say, the
Sony Panasonic rest stop. I don't care, something.
Well, you can't do that. It's against the law. You can't start selling state roads to some big company. By the way,
naming rights. Naming rights for the turnpike. No,
well, maybe
the Steve Adubato Turnpike. The Adubato Turnpike.
Now, see, if you're going to sell it, I say you're selling it to an Italian who you know you can back up the money. But here's the thing.
No, Ferraro Foods. How many times have you gotten that 27? You see the big Ferraro Food, the Ferraro Foods Turnpike. There it is. Cannolis at the rest stop. This is great. You got to do it like that.
Imagine if you could stop off at the rest stop. You have a cannoli. You have a little espresso. To keep you going so you don't fall asleep on the turnpike.
Steve, I got to tell you.
Forget about the gas tax. Terrible idea. Cannoli, espresso, no decaf, which I have late at night because, I got to watch it. Caffeinated all the way. You'll never fall asleep. Forget about the gas tax. We got a plan to pay for the roads.
If you go on the roads in Italy and you go on a highway in Italy, you pull over, you will see the greatest food on this. It's not rest stops like we know rest stop. I mean, they have got the great food, and we should incorporate that. We should incorporate that up and down the Jersey Turnpike, and we should sponsor it.
I agree. Governor Christie, I'm actually going to text him when we get off the phone and say, Chris, listen, I know you're bummed about New Hampshire. I don't blame you. You work harder than anyone else. You had all those town meetings. You deserve better. Come back. I know you're not eating a lot of cannolis right now because he's working out every day. I say, listen, Joe's got an idea. I'm with him. We do espresso cannoli. We have an Italian pastry shop that sponsors the roads. Forget about the gas tax. I know you're not for it. You're never going to sign it anyway. Let's do it. And then Christie, all of a sudden, his popularity rises in New Jersey, and he announces for 2020, everything changes.
It is, I'm telling you. Hey, Steve, before we let you go, 7:36 with Steve Adubato, Joe Piscopo, and AM970 The Answer. Stephen, Valentine's Day for your beautiful bride. What are you doing? Fondue perchance?
Well, I'm trying to win the prize on the radio station so I can go to the GW
Grill. GW Grill.
And then we're going to go and we're going to fall asleep on my pillows, which we got previously because we want to. We bought them at the station full price. And I'm going to take my wife to Fascino, a beautiful restaurant here in Montclair, one of the few that doesn't have your picture sitting there, above everything else.
It's got your picture up there, I'm sure. Yeah.
But I paid for my picture to be in there.
But this is good. Steve, happy Valentine's Day, my dear.
Hey, baby, enjoy yourself in Los Angeles. And, Frank, don't feel bad that you didn't ask me to host when Joe was away.
Guilt, Steve.
The Pope told me, year of mercy. I was here yesterday. I had ashes all day. I forgive you for not asking me to sub. Did you get somebody else?
No, it's just the guys. It's just Frank and Al tomorrow morning.
Then I'm okay. If you got our lawyer,
we're not going to cheat on you. We're not cheating on you. No. This is.
If you got some other girl, and you're cheating on me, I'm upset. If it's the guys and Debbie, I'm good. Then I go to West Point with a clear conscience.
It is good. Listen, let us know.
Love you guys.
Congratulations. Love you too, Steve.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Yeah. My wife, Jen, I love you. It's Happy Valentine's Day. My ex-wife, Marianne, you know where you are. It wasn't your fault.
Oh, look at that. Steve Adubato, thank you.